Shalom, family. How's everybody doing today? Reading in the name of Yahusha. I pray that you're all having a blessed day. And as always, I want to come with some encouragement for you guys today, some upbuilding. So, there's a word that every man and woman of faith must get acquainted with. And that word is fortitude. Fortitude. Fortitude is to have courage when you're in a state of pain or adversity. Fortitude. So, when I say men and women of faith need to have fortitude, we talking mental fortitude, physical fortitude, but we talking about that spiritual fortitude. Okay, because that's what they talking about in Ephesians when it talks about putting on the full armor of Yah. You're gonna need fortitude. This is spiritual warfare. The moment you open your lips and say that you are a man or woman of faith, you have opened the door of all kinds of tests and trials. And so, one must have fortitude. So, James talks about this in the book of James, chapter 1. Verse 2, he says, "My brothers, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the proving of your belief works endurance. The testing of your faith works endurance. And let endurance have a perfect work, so that you be perfect and complete, lacking nothing." You see, the testing of your faith is how that endurance is produced. It's how it's built up inside of you. You know, that's why we need that fortitude. Y'all understand what I'm telling you? Sometimes you go through things and then you'll begin to doubt because of what you're going through, not knowing that you're going through things so that your faith can be perfected. You know, the Father's showing you where you're at through these tests, through these obstacles. All right, but you need fortitude. You need fortitude. Why is that? Because in Proverbs chapter 24, verse 10 says, "If you falter in the day of distress, if you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small." So, fortitude is the ability to have strength and courage in the time of distress and adversity and pain. But if you faint in the day of adversity, that means your strength is small. So, in other words, you don't have fortitude. Now, why don't you have fortitude? I'm going to tell you why. Isaiah chapter 12, verse 2 says, "See, El is my deliverance. I trust and am not afraid. For Yahweh is my strength and my song. and he has become my deliverance. So, brothers and sisters, if you find yourself fainting in the day of adversity, it is because you're not trusting in Yah, because Yah is the Almighty. So if your strength is small, that means that you're not allowing Yah to be your strength. Because I know another verse in Proverbs chapter 18 that says, the name of Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and are safe. That's Proverbs 18:10. So, if you faint in the day of adversity, that is because your strength is small. And your strength is small because you're not running to Yah. You're running to some other form of an illusion of safety and strength. Cursed is the man who trusts in man and makes flesh his arm. Blessed is the man who trusts in Yahweh and whose trust is Yahweh. Fortitude, brothers and sisters. If you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small. And your strength is small because you have not made Yahweh your strength. But understand this, brothers and sisters. Once you come to this knowledge of understanding, okay, you won't doubt when you come to these trials because you understand that these tests are there to perfect you. They're there to perfect you. Just as we talked about previously in other studies in Shabbats about Proverbs 17:3. The refining pot is for silver and the furnace for gold, but Yahweh tries the hearts. Okay? So we talked about the process of how the gold and the silver go through the fire and how they're melted and it changes forms and all that good stuff. I may have to do another video about that. But that's how we're perfected, brothers and sisters. Okay? Don't faint in the day of adversity. It's one thing to have faith when all things are going good. It's a whole nother thing now to continue with that faith when things start to get a little rocky. That's what was happening in the boat when they was in the boat and they seen Yahusha walking on the water. And then Peter said, call me out there to you. If it's you. Yahusha said, come on. Peter started walking on the water. But when the waves and all of that start, the wind blowing and all of that, he doubted. Yahusha said, oh, you have little faith. Okay, so he already told you can walk on water. He didn't say you couldn't still walk on water when the wind blows. And when the waves get to moving and roaring, you can still walk on water. Fortitude. To y'all be this thing. Shalom, family. Yahusha's love.